Introducing the £62,000 twin-turbo V8 Porsche Cayenne Diesel S, one of the most astonishing cars we've driven all year.
So I've just been having a really good look at the press pack for the new Cayenne Diesel S, and it is an absolute numbers fest. Your £61,500 buys you a 4.2 litre twin-turbo V8 diesel that develops 380 bhp, and here's the really big mad number, and 626 pounds-feet of torque. That's more than a McLaren P1. That's just absolutely bonkers. And as a result, your 2.2 tonne Cayenne Diesel S will accelerate from 0 to 60 2 miles an hour in 5.5 seconds, and from 0 to 100 miles an hour, or 0 to 160 clicks, in 12.9 seconds. That means that the Diesel S Cayenne in 2014 is as quick, if not quicker, just in a straight line, compared with the original Cayenne Turbo. And when the original Cayenne Turbo came out, it was an absolute monster. This thing, I think, is definitely quicker in a straight line, and as soon as you get to any corners, it is miles quicker, because they've done all sorts of other things to it beneath the skin as well. So outwardly, they've restyled the front, they've restyled the side, they've restyled the back a bit. You get LEDs at the back. The front, they say, has a kind of more aggressive presence, because the grills have got even bigger, as if you needed an even more aggressive presence in your Cayenne. They've tweaked the suspension. I don't think they've changed the hardware too much, but they've tweaked the software quite a lot to make the gaps between the various modes that you can put it in, Sport, Comfort, Sport Plus, wider, and so that they're, you know, the flexibility between the Super Sport mode and the Super Comfort mode is bigger, so you get more car for your money. This diesel engine, though, is a real powerhouse. It's the torque. 626 pounds-feet is just insane, that number. And when you mate it to an 8-speed gearbox that just picks off ratios like that faster than you can think, just the way it surges forwards is pretty magnificent, actually. I mean, that's third. You're just short shifting it all the time. Fourth, fifth, back down to fourth. I mean, this is a really windy road, and it's a 2-tonne vehicle still. And yet you can just thread it about the place. I mean, it's just phenomenal. This thing, the Range Rover wouldn't see which way this thing had gone. I know it's not all about how fast you can get down the road, but just the fact that they can engineer so much agility into such a big machine, it really is amazing what Porsche have done with both this and the Macan. Phenomenal. Inside, there are various styling tweaks. It's actually got quite a lot neater down here in the kind of business end of the interior. You also get this nice new steering wheel, which is from the Porsche 918 Spider. Porsche are very keen to tell you it's also from the Macan. That's what justifies the quote-unquote £20 million design and engineering cost just of this steering wheel. Having said that, it's a pretty nice steering wheel. It's not just on twisty roads like this where the Cayenne Diesel S does your head in. I drove it earlier down a motorway, and you just, you know, you put it into comfort, you put it into D, you go along, and you feel like you're in the most incredibly refined limousine, just with this nice high-up driving position. I've never been a great fan of the high-up driving position, but it kind of makes sense a bit in the Cayenne, because you do have this kind of majestic view over everything else but in front of you, behind you, and around you. And it kind of works because this thing is so agile. Yes, you're sat high up, but it's got proper steering accuracy. It's got proper handling, the Cayenne Diesel S. As a result, you can go along twisty roads really quickly in it, and yet it's beautiful on a motorway as well. It's an awful lot of car for the money, is the Cayenne Diesel S at £61,500. This one's got a pretty fruitily specced interior, I have to say, and I suspect this particular model would cost you an awful lot more than 61,500 quid. But as a base price, you can't knock that. But yes, there's one other absolutely key thing that has become available on the Cayenne Diesel S, and that is the Sports Chrono Pack. And if you select it, you're going to buy it as an option. If you select it, it means it takes a highly significant 0.1 seconds off the 0 to 62 time. So it will go from 0 to 60 in 5.3 seconds. And this is what that feels like. There is one problem with having so much torque beneath your right foot. On a road like this, where the corners will come out flying at you thick and fast, I have found myself on a couple of occasions flying towards them a bit too thick and a bit too fast. It almost feels too quick for its own good.
So that's that then. The Cayenne Diesel S is what it is, and in one word, it is incredible. The vehicle that saved Porsche financially more than a decade ago has finally become something to be proud of, to envy even. What a machine the Cayenne turned out to be.